What if I told you the king of desktop PC processors might finally be losing his crown? For decades, we've watched this battle, but a quiet, relentless challenger has just achieved a historic victory, reshaping the landscape of your gaming rig and beyond. For years, the x86 processor market felt like a foregone conclusion. Intel held court, commanding the lion's share of our desktops and laptops. But behind the scenes, something truly significant has been brewing, especially in the gaming world. New data from Mercury Research reveals AMD just pulled off a monumental leap, seizing a record-high 32.2% of the desktop PC market. Think about that. Nearly 1 in 3 new desktop PCs now proudly sports an AMD chip. That's a staggering 9.2 percentage point climb from last year, and a solid 4.2 points in just the last quarter alone. This isn't just about numbers. It's about what powers this surge: AMD's Ryzen chips, particularly their X3D lineup. If you're a gamer, you know exactly what we're talking about. These X3D processors, with their unique stacked cache design, deliver performance that has, frankly, in some cases, obliterated Intel's best. It's like bringing a custom-built, turbocharged drag racer to a street circuit. They're just built differently for that kind of intense, gaming-focused workload. While Intel's recent 13th, 14th gen, and even their current Arrow Lake desktop chips have received a somewhat lukewarm reception, AMD has been absolutely on fire, fueling not just desktop PCs, but also a massive 73% sequential revenue increase in their gaming segment, thanks to the custom chips powering your Xbox and PlayStation consoles. AMD is clearly playing to its strengths, and gamers are voting with their wallets. Now, while AMD celebrates this significant desktop victory, we should also acknowledge where Intel still holds strong. They maintain a firm grip on the laptop market, keeping that traditional 80-20 split we've seen for ages, where Intel chips power the vast majority of mobile PCs. Intel even saw a quarter-over-quarter increase in their mobile processor shipments, a key focus for them. On the server side, Intel also remains the dominant force, holding roughly 72.7% of the market, though AMD has steadily chipped away, reaching 27.3%. It's a battle of inches in the data center, not the leaps we see in desktop gaming. Interestingly, this past quarter also saw a slight dip for ARM-based chips, particularly in Chromebooks, where both sales and the percentage of ARM chips declined. Overall, ARM's market share across Chromebooks, PCs, and Macs gently receded to 13.2% from 13.9%. So, while the broader x86 market had what Mercury's principal analyst Dean McCarron called a very normal second quarter, with Intel still commanding the overall x86 and client markets, AMD's targeted assault on the desktop, especially in gaming, stands out as a genuine seismic shift. Both companies are pushing their high-end offerings, with Intel launching more Arrow Lake PCs and AMD pushing their Ryzen AI Max and Fire Range chips. But the narrative in desktop is undeniably AMD's right now. So, what does this all mean for us, the consumers, and the future of computing? It tells us the chip war is far from over. It's merely evolving. Intel still holds considerable power, but AMD is proving that focused innovation, especially in a passionate segment like gaming, can absolutely rewrite the rules of market share. Will this momentum force Intel to rethink its desktop strategy entirely, perhaps accelerating their next-gen designs? Or will this become the new normal, a more diversified, fiercely competitive landscape where you truly have compelling choices for every computing need? We want to hear your thoughts on this. Is AMD now your go-to for a gaming PC? What do you think Intel needs to do to regain its desktop momentum? Join the conversation in the comments. Share this episode with a fellow tech enthusiast, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss our deep dives into the world of tech.